안녕하십니까? 저는 RDB Language 데이지 선생님입니다. Hello, this is Teacher Daisy of RDB Language. Welcome to our channel. Today we will be learning sentence connectors and linking verbs 는데, 인데, and 년데. This sentence connectors de is very common in both written and spoken Koreans, and it's very common in K-pop songs too. But take notice that this Korean grammar is in intermediate level. That means if you don't have any background of the Korean grammar, the basic Korean grammar, it's very hard for you to learn this one. Okay, come on, let's go and let's learn together. 시작합시다. First thing that we have to know is where are we going to attach the de? So we can attach this in three specific form of the speech. The first one is the verb. So the verb plus 는데. So we're going to attach this one for the verbs that ends with itta and opta. And for the adjectives, we can attach this using unde for the adjective that ends with consonant and nyonde if it ends with a vowel. And finally, to the nouns, we'll attach this one by putting inde. Inde is the substitute for ida or imida in hypolite form and anida or animida in negation hypolite form. Okay, first, let's look at the verb. So we're talking about the present form of the verb. So we need to attach nunde for the verbs, but we need to drop first the verb stem da. Okay, so let's look at the examples of the verb. So the first one is mashida. Mashida is the verb that means to drink. So again, mashida, the last word or the ending form is da. We need to drop this one, so the word that remains is mashi. So we are going to conjugate nunde, so it becomes mashinunde. The next one is sada. Sada is the verb that means to buy. So again, we need to take off this da or the verb stem, and the remaining word is sa, and we to conjugate the ninde, so it becomes sanunde. The next word is ikda. This verb means to read. So again, we need to drop this da or the verb stem of the verb. The remaining word is ik plus nunde, it becomes iknunde. And finally, itta, this verb means to have. So from itta, we need to drop the da or the verb stem of the verb. The remaining word is it plus nunde, it becomes innunde. If you had studied verbs before, you know that there are verbs that ends with riol, or the pachim word, the pachim letter is riol. So we need to take this one because it has a special case. Pachim riol, verbs with pachim riol. So for example, the verb mandulda. From the word mandulda, if we take off or we drop this da or the verb stem, it ends as with mandul. So the verb mandul, if you notice, it has pachim riol at the end. So this riol will be erased, and we can attach now our nunde. So from mandulda, it becomes mandu plus nunde or mandu nunde. Okay, another example is salda. Salda is a verb that means to live. So again, we need to drop this da or the verb stem. The remaining word is sal. It has pachim riol. The riol here will be erased, so it becomes sa plus nunde. The conjugated form is sanunde. The next one is ulda. Ulda is the verb that means to cry. So again, we need to drop the da, the verb stem of the verb. The remaining word now is ul. So again, it has pachim riol. It will be erased. It becomes u plus nunde. The conjugated form now is ununde. And finally, alda. Alda is the verb that means to know. So again, we need to take or to drop this da, which is the verb stem. The remaining word now is al. So we need to take the pachim riol. From alda, it becomes a plus nunde. It becomes anunde. Okay, and let's proceed to the past form of the verb. So the past form of the verb, you need to know first how to translate past form from present form. So if you have studied the basic Korean grammar, you already know this one. So from the word hetta, this is past form from the word hada. Hada is to do, hetta is did. So when we conjugate nunde, we need to drop again the da, which is the verb stem. So it becomes het plus nunde, it becomes henunde. Okay, the next example is satta. Satta is the present form is sada. Sada is to buy. So satta is bought. So when you conjugate nunde, you have to drop again the da. This is the verb stem. So the remaining word is sat plus nunde. So it becomes sanunde. Okay, the third one is mogutta. Mogutta, the present form is mokda. Mokda is to eat. So that means mogutta is ate. So when you conjugate with nunde, all you have to do is to drop the verb stem da. So from mogutta, it becomes mogut plus nunde equals mogut nunde. And finally, katda. Katda, the present form is kada, that is to go. So this one is went. When conjugate nunde, we have to drop the da first. So that is kat plus nunde equals kanunde. Okay, let's look at the future tense of the verb. So if we already have studied the basic forms of the verb, you already know that there are two forms of the future tense. It has the casual and the formal form. So casual has goyeyo in mid-polite, and the formal form has getta or gessoyo. Okay, so let's have examples. For example, halgoda. Halgoda. Halgoda, the root word is hada, so that is to do. Halgoda is I will do it, that is the word. So if we conjugate nunde with this, so again, all we have to do is to drop the da, the verb stem. So from halgoda, it becomes halgo nunde. Okay, next is mashilgoda. Mashilgoda, the root word is mashida, that is to drink. So that means mashilgoda, that means I will drink. That is the future form. So if you conjugate nunde, again, very easy. All we have to do is to drop the verb stem da and attach the nunde. So mashilgo nunde. Okay, next. Okay, so by the way, the previous two examples are in casual form. The next two examples will be in the formal form. So this one, o getta. Okay, from the word oda, that is to come. So here, o getta, that is will come. So again, when we conjugate nunde, so again, very easy formula. All we have to do is to drop the verb stem da and attach nunde. So from o getta, it becomes oge nunde. Okay, and finally, bogetta. So from the root word boda. Boda is to see, to watch. Okay, so from bogetta, that means we'll watch. When we attach nunde, we conjugate nunde, all we have to do again is to drop the verb stem da. So from bogetta, it becomes boge nunde. Okay, so we are done with our verb tenses. Let's proceed to the adjectives. Okay, so the adjectives or the descriptive nouns, we will attach unde if it ends with a consonant or nionde if it ends with a vowel. So let's have examples. So number one is yeppuda. Yeppuda, okay, this one, the first thing that we have to do again is to drop the verb stem da. So from yeppuda, it becomes yeppu. Then since yeppu ends with a vowel, it has no pachim, so that means that is a vowel, we will attach nunde or nionde, sorry, nionde. It becomes yeppunde. Okay, next is jakda. Jakda is a adjective that means to be short or small. Okay, so when we conjugate nunde with this, we have to drop the da first. So from jakda, it becomes jak. Then here, look at the word. It ends with pachim. So that means that is a consonant letter. So it ends with consonant. We will attach unde. So it becomes chagunde. Okay, next word is 행복하다. 행복하다 is an adjective that means to be happy. Okay, so when we conjugate unde or nionde with this, we need to drop the verb stem first. So 행복하다, it becomes 행복하. Take notice that the last word or the last syllable, it ends with a vowel because it doesn't have any patchim. So it is a vowel. We'll attach nyonde, so it becomes 행복한데. Okay, next. Let's continue. The adjectives with real, biop, and hiot. So here, there are three special cases with the adjectives. So if this patchim, real, biop, or hiot is the ending of the adjective, it has a different formula. So let's look at the examples. So how about this one? Molda. Molda is an adjective that means to be far. Okay, so again, the first thing that we have to do is to drop the da. So from molda, it becomes mo. Okay, then we need to erase real. So the same with the verb formula, right? You remember the verb formula with real. We have to erase that. And since it has erased already, that means the word mo, it ends with a vowel. So since it's a vowel, we will attach nde. So it becomes monde. Okay, next. How about if the last letter or the patchim is biop? So here, another formula or another form, we have to drop the da first. Again, when you drop the da, the remaining word is mep. Okay, so it ends with patchim biop. So unlike the real that you have to erase, this biop is also erased, but you need to add u. So from mepda, it becomes mep, plus you erase the biop, and you need to put u, so it becomes meu. And again, since u ends with a vowel, you need to put unde. So that's why it calls meunde. Okay, and how about the hiot? If the last letter is hiot, so here, palgata. Palgata is an adjective that means redness, okay? It's not red, it's redness. Okay, palgata. So when you drop the da, so that means the last letter of the syllable is patsin hiot. Okay, so here, the hiot here will be erased also. So from the palgata, it becomes palga. So when you say ga, the last word ga, it doesn't have any patchim. So that means it ends with a vowel. So you will attach nionde, so it becomes palgande. Okay, so I hope that this is very clear. So the examples here are very much simple. So I hope that everybody has followed this one. So next is, let's continue with nouns. Okay, the noun, we need to put inde. So again, this inde is the substitute for imnida or animnida. Okay, so imnida is for the positive, animnida is for negative. Okay, so let's look at the example. Guail plus inde. So equals guail inde. That means it's a fruit. Okay, guail inde. It's a fruit. Okay, so how about here? The next one. Philippine saram plus inde. Okay, I am a Filipino. Okay, that means I am a Filipino. You can say Philippine saram입니다 or Philippine saram inde. Okay, so here, Philippine saram inde. Okay, last, 사무실 plus inde. It's an office. Okay, or 사무실입니다. How about in we conjugate with inde? It becomes 사무실인데. Okay, now that we know how to attach in verbs, in adjective, and in noun, now we should know also what are the usage of this inde. Okay, the usage are yongbok. The first one is to put contrast. So in English, you can say but or and or however. So let's have example. See, I'm a Korean, but I don't like kimchi. 한국 사람인데 김치를 안 좋아해요. Take notice that the word inde here means but. Okay, you can say 한국 사람 인데 김치를 안 좋아해요. Okay, so the nd here, it means but. Okay, the next example. How about the next example? I like apple, but I like orange more. 전 사과를 좋아하는데 오렌지를 더 좋아해요. Okay, so instead you put 지만, 전 사과를 좋아하지만, you can say that too, but you put here 데. Okay, 는데, I mean 는데. Okay, how about the next usage? The next usage is to express expectation or response from someone. You are waiting for the response. Okay, you can use these sentence connectors in there. So, for example, here, 실례합니다. 여기 사무실이죠? Excuse me, is this the office? 실례합니다. 여기 사무실이죠? Okay, and the response, 네, 많은데요. Yes, it is. 네, 많은데요. So, just like saying, yes, this is the office. Why? Why are you asking? What is the reason why are you asking? So that is that the expectation or response. You are waiting for the response from somebody. Okay, next. Okay, how about here? Example. 이번 주말에 시간 있어요? 이번 주말에 시간 있어요? Do you have time this weekend? Okay, so the answer, 약속이 있는데요. Well, I have an appointment. 약속이 있는데요. So you're trying to ask, yes, I have an appointment. Why are you asking? What is the reason why are you asking? So that is 는데요. Okay, the third usage. Explaining the situation before making a suggestion, request, or a question. So you have to explain the situation first before making this suggestion. So let's see. 내일 휴일인데 뭐 할 거예요? So you're trying to say that tomorrow is holiday. You are reminding somebody or you are talking to that tomorrow is holiday. What are you going to do? Okay. Next. Another one. 엄마, 다음 달에 제 친구의 생일인데 선물을 살 수 있어요? Okay, so you're reminding mom. Mom, next month is my friend's birthday. Can I buy a gift? So you're reminding mom first that next month is your friend's birthday and you're waiting for the response if you can buy the gift. Okay, next, how about the usage number 4? Showing surprise. Okay, next is 이 옷 어때요? What do you think of this dress? How's the dress? So here the answer, wow, 멋있는데요. Wow, it's really nice. So you're surprised. Wow, 멋있는데요. Okay, another example. 남자친구가 정말 잘생긴데요. Your boyfriend is really handsome. So you are surprised. Wow, your boyfriend is really handsome. 남자친구가 정말 잘생긴데요. Okay, thank you very much for this lesson. I hope that this lesson can add to your Korean grammar and can help you study more and want to study more with us. Thank you, and don't forget to follow us in Facebook and in YouTube channel. 다음에 또 다시 만나요. 감사합니다.